Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We support our great men and women in our military, and we want to fund them to have the best equipment, be afforded the best housing, the best pay, and to be treated the best among the world. But I have an amendment today that would strike $118 million of funding to overseas humanitarian disaster and civic aid programs of the Department of Defense. These accounts fund programs for humanitarian assistance in foreign countries, in other nations, for foreign peoples, humanitarian mine action programs, foreign disaster relief for foreign countries and foreign peoples that the American people are having to pay for. And I want to remind everyone, the American people are $37 trillion in debt because of this institution and the way Congress has spent their money. Think about our own national disasters and problems that we face here at home, the American taxpayer faces. Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton, the Lahaina wildfires, the LA wildfires, the Texas flooding, where there are still over 100 missing people, the opioid epidemic, the fentanyl epidemic, and all over the country, people are suffering. The American people voted to put America first. And Mr. Speaker, the American people are still being put last. Right now, the average health insurance premium for a family has risen by 22% since 2018. Fentanyl still kills hundreds of people every single day in America. And more than 32,000 veterans, people who served in our military, were homeless in 2024. And there were 6,407 suicides among Americans in 2022. This is unacceptable. In our Department of Defense appropriations funding, we should be funding for our military and not paying for funding for humanitarian aid in crisis in foreign countries. America simply cannot afford it anymore. Mr. Speaker, I reserve.
Gentlelady reserves. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Minnesota seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to this amendment.
Gentlewoman is recognized for 5 minutes.
This program is designed to assure that our allies and partners of the U.S. are supported in times of trouble. This funding provides basic humanitarian aid and essential services to the populations in need. Let's talk about what it does for America's national security. This program is an important tool for our combatant commanders who use this to assist our allies, and it builds and cements our relationships. Let me just give you a few examples. When we help our allies improve their capacity to prepare and to respond for a crisis that will take place, when we help implement the humanitarian mine action program, this provides significant training, readiness, and enhanced benefits even to our United States military. It contributes to alleviating the worldwide problem of explosive remnants of war, which includes landmines, unexploded ordnance, and small arms munitions. The program allows our military to hone their critical wartime and military civilian skills, language, culture, and foreign international defense skills. And finally, through the Foreign Disaster Relief Program, a program executed by our combatant commanders, we provide a unique assistance during natural and man-made disasters when interagency support is requested. DoD's ability to respond rapidly with extensive manpower, transportation, communication capabilities is critically important in a time of crisis. When we assist in filling in these capability gaps with our partners, when we help contain the crisis and limit the threats to regional stability by providing relief aid within hours or with even days of a disaster. Each of these programs are vital to the success of our battalion commanders' relationships with their counterparts. Cutting these funds would lessen the ability of our armed forces to execute their missions. For these reasons, I oppose this amendment, and I ask my colleagues to do the same. But, Mr. Chair, I'd like to yield 30 seconds to the chairman of the committee, Mr. Calvert.
Thank the gentlelady. This amendment strikes all funding for overseas humanitarian disaster and civil aid account. The funding is used by DoD to assist during humanitarian disasters. The funding is also used when specialized DoD experience is needed, such as detection and clearance of landmines, unexploded explosive ordnance, and other explosive remnants of war, which even to this day we are cleaning up World War II remnants. The President's budget, President Trump's budget request includes just over $100 million in funding for this account. I urge a no vote on this amendment and reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman has no time to reserve. Yields back. The gentlelady from Minnesota is recognized.
I would reserve my time.
Gentlewoman reserves. Gentlelady from Georgia is now recognized.
Mr. Speaker, the American people are $37 trillion in debt. The Department of Defense's mission statement is to deter war and ensure our nation's security. That is their mission, and that is exactly what their funding should be for. I'd like to ask, what foreign country showed up to help Americans in our need, in our time of distress, in our humanitarian crises? Which foreign country has come to clean up the hundreds of people that die every single day on the streets from fentanyl? Which foreign country showed up to defend our border as we were invaded by millions of people for the past 4 years? Which foreign country said, here, America, here's millions and billions of dollars to help you? I'm going to tell you, zero. Zero foreign countries showed up. And here we are again, while the American people are enslaved by $37 trillion in debt, a debt we can never climb out of, but yet a debt that continues to rise because here in Congress, we go by this belief that we have to fund every foreign country all around the world. And I say enough. And the American people say enough. Right now, Americans can't afford their rent. Young people cannot afford to buy a home. Ask any 20-year-old, 30-year-old and ask them if they believe they will ever be a homeowner. And their answer overwhelmingly is no. Americans can't afford their bills. They can't afford car insurance, health insurance, homeowners insurance. And life does not look good in the future. But you want to know why? Inflation is high. Do you want to know why life continues to be unaffordable? Because Congress cannot rein in its America Last spending. It cannot stop, and it refuses to stop. It continues to say yes to the lobbyists for the military-industrial complex. It continues to say yes to every lobbyist that walks in this institution as congressmen and women take donations into their campaign accounts. Americans are the most generous in the world. Americans can donate through charities to foreign countries to help foreign issues and foreign people. But the American people should not be forced to write the check, and the Department of Defense should be able to focus on their mission to deter war and ensure our nation's security. Mr. Speaker, I ask my colleagues to support this amendment, and I yield.
Gentlelady yields. Gentlelady from Minnesota is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I would just like to point out again that when we do these projects together with our allied nations, it provides significant training, access, and readiness enhancement benefits to the United States military. Mr. Speaker, the question was asked on this House floor, who came to our aid? Who stood for the United States? I was here on September 11th, serving in Washington, D.C., my first term in Congress. NATO. The world came to our aid. The world came and helped us when we fought against the Taliban. And with that, Mr. Chair, I thank those nations for standing with us, and I look forward to working with them in the future in this type of partnership, and I yield back.